What's up, guys? We're back with a full slate of MLB action here on Tuesday, July 8th. We're going to give out plays on every MLB game on the slate. I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock, my pick that regardless of price, I think is the highest chance of cashing today. Slam that like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep seeing these videos every single day, and let us know what you're thinking in the comments. I personally answer every comment every single day. Check the pinned comment throughout the day to see our favorite picks, and it pays to check back a couple of times per day to see if there are any changes with injury news coming out and starters being confirmed. Yesterday, guys, a little bit of a rough one out there. Got up to a tough start, I'm not going to lie. We had the under there in that Pirates-Kansas City Royals game. It ends up being a 9-3 win there for the Royals. Heaney turned back into a pumpkin, and the Royals had one of their best offensive days in recent memory. So that was an annoying start. With the Astros at minus 136, had a very annoying pitching change happen in that one. Gordon starting in that game instead of Brown. We ended up staying with the Astros anyway, and yeah, that did not work out. Gordon was bad out there, and the Astros bats couldn't make up for it despite getting 4 runs off of Bybee, and Houston eventually takes the 7-5 loss. We stuck with another team through a pitching change yesterday. We had the Padres at minus 125. They switched things up and went with Darvish out there, and we stayed with them, but it did not work out because Darvish was bad. The Padres take a 6-3 loss there, and he gave up 4 runs over 4 innings or 3 runs over 3 innings or something like that. It looked not great. So that was annoying. We also had the Phillies at minus 141. That was a 3-1 loss there. Sanchez was great as we expected over his 7 innings, but only, given that single run. But the Phillies bullpen was bad, and the offense couldn't deliver, putting up only a single run on 6 hits. So that was all the bad that went on yesterday. The rest was good. We hit our dog of the day and our lock of the day. We had the Brewers at plus 122. That was a blowout 9-1 win thanks to 6 shutout innings there from Peralta, and the Brewers bats jumping out to a 5-run lead in the first inning. The pitching situation for the Dodgers continues to be a huge problem. We had Toronto at minus 190. That was our massive lock of the day, and that was a comfortable 8-4 win behind a very good start from Berrios. Toronto continues to look like the bosses of the AL East. So yeah, not the day we were looking for, of course. So we're going to try and bounce back here today, although the premium members once again had a hell of a day. We'll talk about that later, but we got to dive in. We got a billion games to cover today, and first up, we're looking at the New York Mets going on the road to take on the Baltimore Orioles. The Mets come into this game 52-39 on the season, fresh off a loss in the last game of that series against the Yankees, but they've been playing better here down the stretch. They are up to 52-39 on the year. They're going to hand the ball to Clay Holmes, who's 8-4 this season, a 2.99 ERA. His last start was against the Brewers, and he was okay. 5 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, walked 4, and struck out 1. So some control problems for him, I would say, over at least his last 3 starts. He's walked 6, 4, and 4, respectively. The Mets are only 2-3 over his last 5 starts. We'll see what he can do here against the Orioles, not a team that he's faced this season, but I feel okay about Clay Holmes on the mound, but not amazing right now. The Mets bullpen has been struggling a bit, all the way up to a 3.83 bullpen ERA, and while the offense has looked good, 4, 12, 6, 3, and 7 runs over their last few games respectively, they're only 18th in the majors in batting average, 13th in runs scored, so not having the insane kind of pace that I'm sure ownership was hoping for when they put this roster together. So we'll see what they can do here on the road against the Orioles, who just swept the Atlanta Braves. That's a pretty good look. They'll hand the ball here to Brandon Young, who is 0-3 on the year, a 7.02 ERA. He's only made 4 starts this year. His last 2 are against the Rangers, one of the weaker offenses in the major leagues, and he struggled in both of those, going 4 innings in each, giving up 6 and 5 hits respectively, and 3 and 4 runs respectively, both in losses for Baltimore. Baltimore's only 1-3 over the 4 games that he's started this year, and his last 2 starts were his most recent ones. He was up with the big leagues and was down with the minors for a while, and he hasn't looked great. So definitely worried about Brandon Young. Definitely worried about the Orioles bullpen. A 4.50 bullpen ERA is not good. And the offense, while it's looked just a little bit better recently, has not been great. 2, 9, 3, 0, and 2 over their last few games. They are currently, 22nd in the majors in runs scored and 22nd in batting average. So looking at the numbers here, the Mets are minus 135. The Orioles are plus 115. We've got totals out there of 10 or 9.5. The Mets are 19-25 on the road, 24-19-1 to the under on the road. Baltimore's 19-21 at home, 22-17-2 to the over at home. I don't love taking a road team right here off the bat, guys, but I definitely like the Mets here with Clay Holmes on the mound going up against Brandon Young and the Orioles pitching staff, which has been terrible. It's not like the Orioles bats have been on fire or anything like that, so I definitely think the Mets here at minus 135 are excellent value and have a good chance to make the pinned comment. Next on the docket, we've got the Tampa Bay Rays going on the road to take on the Detroit Tigers. The Rays come into this game fresh off a tough 5-1 loss in Game 1 of this series, and they've lost 3 out of their last 4. They've been floundering, I would say, over their last 8 to 10 games. It hasn't been great. They'll hand the ball here to Ryan Pepiot, who is 6-6 on the year, a 3.34 ERA. His last start was against the Athletics, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs allowed, and a nice bounce back after getting shelled there by Baltimore. The last time he faced the Tigers, he was very good, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run allowed, and an 8-3 win, and that was back on the 21st. So I like a lot about having Pepiot on the mound here. The Tampa Bay bullpen hasn't been as lights out recently as they were in early going this season. Maybe not early goings, but I would say their last 10, 15 games has been a little bit rough. We'll see if they can round back into shape, and the offense has deserted them too. 1, 7, 5, 3, 6, 3, and 4 over their last few games. Not the pace that we were expecting from a team that's 7th in the majors in runs scored and 3rd in batting average. So we'll see if they can come up with something here against the Tigers. They had a series against Detroit not too long ago where they won 2 out of 3. The Tigers come into this game winners of 4 in a row, so they're pretty much on fire right now as they hand the ball to Jack Flaherty, who is 5-9 on the year, a 4.84 ERA. His last start, 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs against the Nationals. The Tigers are actually 0-4 in the last 4 games he started. The last time he went up against Tampa Bay, 2 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 8 runs allowed in a 14-8 loss there at Tampa Bay back on the 20th of last month. So not that long ago. So definitely worried about Flaherty. The Detroit bullpen hasn't been amazing recently. A 3.71 bullpen ERA, not bad, but also not incredible. And the offense, that's what's kind of carried them. I mean, I don't know, 5, 7, 1, 2, 7, and 4 over their last few games. This has been a very good offensive team all year long. I mean, they're 5th in runs scored, 9th in batting average, batting .253 as a team. So plenty to like here about Detroit. But looking at the numbers, the Rays are actually plus 105 with Pepe on the mound. That's pretty surprising to me. The Tigers are minus 125. We've got a total of 8.5. Tampa Bay is 21-16 on the road, 20-17 to the under on the road. Detroit is 30-14 at home, 24-17-3 to the under at home. Guys, I will not be backing the Detroit Tigers here with Flaherty on the mound going up against the Rays and Pepiot. I think this could definitely be a bounce back spot for the Rays, and the fact they're getting plus money with Pepiot on the mound in a matchup that he's dominated, I can't ignore that. Give me the Rays here at plus 105. They're definitely going on the list as a potential dog of the day. Next on the docket, we're looking at the Seattle Mariners going on the road to take on the New York Yankees. The Mariners come into this game 48-42 on the year. They just swept the Pirates in their last series. They're going to hand the ball here to Logan Gilbert, who's 2-2 on the year, a 3.40 ERA. His last start looked good against the Royals, 4 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run allowed, but he's been a bit all over the place this season. I mean, he's coming off an injury and stuff, so we'll see. I'm sure he'll round into form. This dude's a monster, but he did start against the Rangers and the Cubs there earlier in the later part of June. So we'll see what we get out of him going up against the Yankees. The Mariners bullpen, a 3.57 bullpen ERA. Not going to be complaining about that one bit. The offense only scored 1 and 6 runs in that series against the Pirates, so it's not like they're on fire. They have cooled off significantly. I mean, they're 14th in batting average, but they are 13th in runs scored and 11th in slugging percentage, numbers this team would have killed for last season. So we'll see what they can do here against the Yankees, who are 49-41 on the year. They are 3.5 games back in the AL East. They'll hand the ball in this game to Will Warren, who's 5-4 on the season, a 5.02 ERA. His last start, he got absolutely obliterated there by Toronto in a game that ended up being a close 11-9 game. He's been pretty good this season overall, so assuming there was no injury or anything involved in why he looked so terrible, maybe he can have another good outing against Seattle. He was decent against them back in mid-May in a 3-2 Yankees win. So we'll see how that goes. The Yankees bullpen has not really been anything special here over the last 20-ish games. A 4.03 bullpen ERA is not great, and the offense has really been all over the place, guys. I mean, 6, 6, 5, 5, 9, 5, 4, and 12 over their last few. They've been finding a way to get runs across the plate here recently, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. They're 4th in runs scored, 8th in batting average. We'll see what they get done here against Logan Gilbert. We'll also see if their pitching staff can hold together, which has been a huge problem. But looking at the numbers of this game, the Mariners are minus 105. The Yankees are minus 120. We've got totals out there of 9 or 8.5. Seattle is 23-21 on the road, 25-18-1 to the over on the road. The Yankees 26-17 at home, 27-15-1 to the under at home. I don't have a huge lean on the total here, guys. I would maybe take under 9 as a slight lean. In terms of a side, I'm going to go just slightly here with the Yankees at home at minus 120, but There's way too many unknowns in this game for me. I'm staying away. Hey guys, jumping in here with a quick shout out to the sponsor of today and every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, our premium members are getting daily MLB and UFC picks, with NFL and college football coming up right around the corner. Major League Baseball has been the most profitable sport the last several years in a row. Is off to a great first half of the 2025 season, but more importantly, is off to an absolutely bonkers start to July, guys. At StumpTheSpread.com, you'll be able to see exclusive free picks that are only posted there, our free to use bet size calculator, and that's where you find our premium top confidence picks, which might not and usually will not always match what you see here in the video, as I am not the premium capper for MLB over at Stump the Spread. We have a monster over there with many more years of experience. He uses some very sophisticated tools and algorithms to make his predictions, and he takes a crazy amount of data points into consideration when making his plays, and he is absolutely on fire. A sick, crazy run. Yesterday he went 3-0. He had the Royals as a 3-unit play, the Guardians as 1-unit play, and the Marlins as a 1-unit play. So yeah, if you're keeping track, guys, he cashed 2 underdogs there yesterday while going 3-0. But the crazy thing is what he's done in July in general. I've got all of his picks up on screen that he's made in July so you can see them. And the dude is on an absolute insane hot streak. I mean, what is his record over his last 34 picks is 27-7. I don't know. It's been nuts. It's been absolutely nuts. Every single day he just puts up another huge winning day. So definitely consider getting over to Stump the Spread and checking that out. Hopefully this super hot run can continue. Also, get over there, check out all the free stuff we offer at Stump the Spread, and get over there, get on that free email list. All they need is your name and your email address to get on that free email newsletter. You get one email straight to your inbox every single day with at least one free pick, sometimes 2. Always information on like niche betting, golf, NASCAR, tennis, all kinds of wild stuff, you name it. And there are parlays included in those emails as well very often. So it's a great free resource straight to your inbox every single day. Definitely check that out. Also, if you're a huge fan of what we're doing here every single day, you can sign up for a YouTube channel membership by clicking the little join button right below the video. Channel members get early access to all of our videos and get their name up on screen in every video. But every single week, guys, we're doing a giveaway. We're giving away a Stump the Spread, another Stump the Spread hoodie this month. We'll be doing that on the 14th of this month. So definitely get in there, get signed up to be a channel member if you're interested in being part of those giveaways. But guys, let's go ahead and dive back in. We've got a ton of games to cover here in a very crowded Tuesday slate. And next up, we're going to be looking at the Colorado Rockies going on the road to take on the Boston Red Sox. The Rockies come into this game 21-70 on the year. They lost game 1 of this series 9-3. They'll hand the ball here to Kyle Freeland, who's 1-9 on the year, a 5.49 ERA. His last start, he was actually pretty good against Houston. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs in a game we kind of shockingly saw Colorado eventually win. But, I mean, they're 2-3 over his last 5 starts. Several of those games weren't very close. We'll see what he can do here against the Red Sox. Not a team he's faced this year, but I'm not expecting miracles here from Freeland or from the Colorado bullpen. 5th worst in the majors, a 4.64 bullpen ERA. The offense, 3-6, 3-2, 7-3, and 5 over their last few games. Honestly, hitting the ball pretty well for a team that is 25th in batting average and 26th in runs scored. Obviously, one of the worst kind of offenses in the majors. They'll be taking on the Red Sox here, who are 47-45 on the year, winners of 6 out of their last 7 games. They'll hand the ball here to Brian Bello, who's 4-3 this season, a 3.42 ERA. His last start, 5 innings, 1 hit, 2 earned runs allowed against Cincinnati. Gave up a home run in that game in a 5-3 win. And I would say over his last 5 starts, he's been pretty reasonable. Hasn't given up more than 3 earned runs in any of those starts. Boston is only 2-3 over that span, but he's been looking pretty good. The Red Sox bullpen, not going to complain a crazy amount, although, I mean, yeah, they've been good. I'm not going to say anything bad. They've been good. A 3.55 bullpen ERA is very respectable, and the offense is turning things around aggressively. 9, 6, 10, and 11 runs over their last few games. They're all the way up to, 6th in the majors in runs scored, 7th in the majors in batting average. This is a pretty solid team at the plate. So looking at the numbers, I'm not shocked to see them big favorites here. The Rockies are plus 200. The Red Sox are minus 240. We've got a total of 9 in this game. The Rockies are only 11-33 on the road, 28-15-1 to the under on the road. Boston, 25-20 at home, 24-19-2 to the under at home. I don't know if this is definitely going to make the cut as the lock of the day. The Red Sox at minus 240 are definitely going on there, but I'm not sure if I want Brian Bello to be the guy that's on the mound for me starting the game that I have as my lock of the day. Rolling along here, guys, we've got the Miami Marlins going on the road to take on the Cincinnati Reds. The Marlins 41-48 on the season, surprisingly competent team. They're going to hand the ball this one to Yuri Perez, who's 1-2 this season, a 4.50 ERA. He's coming off, I'm pretty sure, his best start of the year. 6 innings, 1 hit, no runs allowed, striking out 7 and walking 1, and a 4-1 win there against the Twins. The Marlins are actually 3-2 over his last 5 starts. Over his last 4, he hasn't given up more than 3 earned runs in any of them. So seems like this, this young 22-year-old dude is figuring it out a little bit out there on the major league mound. We'll see how things go here down the stretch. The Marlins bullpen, not the best, but not the worst. A 4.18 bullpen ERA. The offense 5-1, 4, 5, and 4 over their last few games. Not exactly a powerhouse offense. I mean, they're 10th in batting average, but 20th in runs scored and 19th in slugging percentage. So we'll see. They're going on the road here to take on the Reds, who come into this game looking to turn things around. They've actually dropped 3 in a row now. They're going to hand the ball to Nick Martinez, who's 6-8 this year, a 4.20 ERA. His last start was at Boston, 6 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, and was eventually an 8-4 win. Kind of predictable that he would have a little bit of a down outing after going 8 innings of 1-run ball there against the Padres. So we'll see what he can do here against Boston. I'm assuming he has not faced the Red Sox. Yeah, he has not faced the Red Sox yet this season. The Reds bullpen continues to struggle, a 4.12 bullpen ERA, not great. The offense 1-1-1, 9, and 8 over their last few games. So yeah, the last 3 games looking very, very rough. They're currently 19th in batting average, 10th in runs scored, 16th in slugging percentage. Looks like this being a top 10 offense was kind of smoke and mirrors. So looking at the numbers here, the Marlins are plus 105. The Reds are minus 125. We've got a total of 9 in this one. The Marlins are 20-21 on the road, 24-17 to the over on the road. The Reds 24-19 at home, 24-16-3 to the under at home. I'm actually leaning towards the Reds here pretty hard. I think we'll see Perez have a bit of a down outing after having such a good outing, and he'll probably only go, like 4, maybe 5 innings in this game, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on a pretty bad Marlins bullpen. I like the Reds here. We'll see if it makes the pinned comment. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Chicago Cubs going on the road to take on the Minnesota Twins. The Cubs 54-36 on the year. They just won 2 out of 3 there against the Cardinals. They'll hand the ball to Shota Imanaga, who's 5-2 this season, a 2.78 ERA. He's still working his way back from injury. Missed a good chunk there, but he came back strong. Very good. 5 innings, 1 hit, no runs against the Cardinals. 5 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs against Cleveland his last time out. Maybe not quite as good. We'll see what he can do here against the Twins, but I'm expecting Imanaga to look pretty sharp out there. The bullpen for the Cubs has been no problem this year, a 3.26 bullpen ERA, one of the best 3 bullpens in the majors. And the offense, 11-6, 11-1, 5, and 5 over their last few games. They are hitting it, guys, and the Cubs have been hitting it all year long. They're 5th in batting average. They are 2nd in runs scored. This is one of the best offenses in all of Major League Baseball, and that's not changing anytime soon. So we'll see what they can do here on the road against the Twins, who just won 2 out of 3 against the Rays. That's got to feel good for a team that's only 43-47 this season. They're giving the ball to Simeon Woods-Richardson in this one. This 24-year-old is 4-4, a 4.41 ERA. His last 3 starts, though, have all been very reasonable. He's given up 1, 0, 3, and 0 earned runs over that span. The Twins are only 2-2 over those starts, but the kid's looked really good. He's looked really, really good recently. Now he's about to be severely tested here. It'll be the best, one of the best offenses he's faced all season long. I'm sure he has not faced the Cubs this year, but going up against the Cubs is going to be a little bit of a test. The bullpen for the Twins, it showed flashes of being really good early in the year, but a 4.29 bullpen ERA right now looks pretty bad. In the offense, 5, 6, 4, 1, and 2 over their last few games. It's just not great out there. They're 23rd in batting average, 21st in runs scored, 18th in slugging percentage. Not a squad you're worried about putting up a ton of runs, especially not in this matchup. So looking at the numbers here, the Cubs are minus 145. The Twins are plus 120. We've got a total of 9 in this game. The Cubs are 24-20 on the road, 23-17-4 to the over on the road. The Twins are 24-18 at home, 21-20-1 to the over at home. I actually think this is a pretty good spot to take the Cubs. I think Imanaga is going to have a very good outing here against the Twins. Not the strongest offensive team, and the Cubs bullpen's right there to back him up. Will Chicago put up a ton of runs against Simeon Woods-Richardson? Maybe not, but there's also a chance they jump on this young guy and put up a huge number right out of the gates, and they can always take advantage of that terrible bullpen, so definitely give me the Cubs here at minus 145. Next up, guys, we're looking at the LA Dodgers going on the road to take on the Milwaukee Brewers. Slam that thumbs up button if you enjoyed cashing the Brewers as our dog of the day there yesterday. The Dodgers come into this one 56-36 on the year, but losers of 4 in a row. They'll hand the ball here to Clayton Kershaw, hoping he can continue to be transcendently good. This I'm not going to say octogenarian, but Clayton Kershaw pretty old. 4-0, a 3.43 ERA. He's coming off a terrible start against the White Sox, though. 6 innings, 9 hits, 4 earned runs allowed against the White Sox. It was eventually a 5-4 win, but still did not look great out there. Over his last 5 starts, he's undefeated. It's looked very, very good. Don't get me wrong, but the only really good offensive team in there was the Cardinals. So we'll see what Kershaw does here against the Brewers, who are not, some sort of powerhouse. The Dodgers bullpen, a huge problem. 4.46 bullpen ERA, the 6th worst bullpen in the majors, 6th or 7th. The offense is what has to carry this team, and it hasn't been carrying anything recently. 1-1-4-1 over their 4-game losing streak. It's not looking great. Obviously, this is the best offense, numerically in the majors. First in runs scored, second in batting average. You guys get the gist. This is an insane team at the plate, but they're swinging some pretty cold bats here going up against the Brewers, who are 51-40 on the year. Game 1 of this series, 9-1. They're giving the ball in this one to Jacob Misiorowski, their phenom. He's 3-1, a 3.20 ERA. His last start, he got shelled by the Mets, so that's a little bit concerning. 3 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs. Gave up a couple home runs in that game, but his starts before that have been very good. When you're blowing away the Pirates and the Twins, though, I guess I shouldn't freak out too much. We'll see what he can do here with the Dodgers. I'm expecting him to be pretty good, I'm not going to lie. The Brewers bullpen, not amazing, but better than the Dodgers. Their offense, not better than the Dodgers, obviously, but 9-3-2-6-2 over their last few games isn't terrible. They're 8th in runs scored this year. They're 16th in batting average and 13th in on-base percentage. So looking at the numbers here, the Dodgers are -122. The Brewers are +105. We've got a total of 8.5. The Dodgers 21-18 on the road, 20-19 to the under on the road. Milwaukee 27-17 at home, 27-16-1 to the under at home. Oh, I don't hate under 8.5 in this game. I think that's a vaguely reasonable number. I also don't hate the Brewers here at +105. I know Kershaw's on the mound, and I know the Dodgers have been really good when he's pitching, but their bats are so cold right now. I would lean more towards the home team that's getting plus money, but not a game that I think is going in the pinned comment. Next up, we're looking at the Pittsburgh Pirates going on the road to take on the Kansas City Royals. The Pirates 38-54 on the year, losers of 4 in a row. They lost game 1 of the series 9-3. They're going to hand the ball here to Mitch Keller, who's 3-10 on the season, a 3.64 ERA. His last start, 7 innings, 5 hits, no runs allowed against the Cardinals, so very good stuff. And honestly, over his last 5 starts, he's been excellent. Hasn't allowed more than 3 earned runs in any of those outings. He just tends to not get much run support. Now, over his last 2 starts, that's changed drastically, so we'll see if that continues here. He has not faced the Royals yet this year, and he doesn't have a very great bullpen behind him, but honestly, the Pirates bullpen's gotten better and better this season. A 3.74 bullpen ERA at time of recording. I guess I shouldn't be that tough on them, but we'll see what the offense can do. That's been the real Achilles heel of this team. 3-0-0-0 over their last few games, guys. It's been pretty brutal. They're 29th in the majors in runs scored, 30th, dead last in slugging percentage. Not a team with a whole lot of firepower up there at the plate. So we'll see what they can do here against the Royals, another team with not very much firepower. They did win 9-3 in game 1 of this series. They'll hand the ball here to Seth Lugo, who's 6-5 on the year, a 2.65 ERA. His last start and his last 5 starts have been pretty crazy. He hasn't given up more than he's given up 3 earned runs over his last 5 starts. Somehow the Royals are only 3-2 over that stretch. So we'll see what he does in this one. But when you're dominating teams like the Dodgers and the Yankees, I don't think you're going to have too much trouble against the Pirates. The bullpen for the Royals has been very good this season. A 3.55 bullpen ERA is excellent. The offense is actually looking a little bit better here recently. 9-4-1-9-3 over their last few games, but they're 29th in runs scored and 20th in batting average. One of the weaker offenses in the majors. So looking at the numbers here, the Pirates are +118. The Royals are -140. We've got a total of 8 in this game. Pittsburgh's only 12-32 on the road, 27-15-2 to the under on the road. The Royals 20-24 at home, 28-16 to the under at home. Right off the bat, I don't hate under 8 in this game. I also don't hate the no-run first inning in this game. I think both of those are pretty reasonable. I'm going to lean a bit towards the Royals here at -140. It's a little bit sketchy because of how bad their offense can be, but I think they're going to find a way to, if not to take advantage of Mitch Keller here, to find a way to take advantage of that Pirates bullpen. And if they win this game 2-0, I wouldn't be shocked. Cruising through these games, we're looking at the Toronto Blue Jays going on the road to take on the Chicago White Sox. The Blue Jays continue their crazy winning streak. They're up to 9 straight wins. They've got a 3.5 game lead there in the AL East. They're going to hand the ball to Chris Bassett, who's 8-4 this season, a 4.32 ERA. His last start was against the Yankees, 5 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs. So not dominant stuff, but enough to get the job done. The last time he faced the White Sox was not very long ago, back on the 22nd of last month. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, gave up 1 run, and it was eventually a 4-2 loss, which is kind of bonkers there that Toronto lost a game against the White Sox. But we'll see what they can do in this one. The bullpen for Toronto has been very solid this year, a 3.62 bullpen ERA, very reliable, and the offense obviously killing it. 8, 3, 4, 4, 8, 11, and 12 over their last few games. They're 9th in the majors in runs scored. They are 4th in the majors, batting .258 as a team. They're the 3rd highest on base percentage team in the majors. This team can absolutely hit it. So we'll see what they can do against the White Sox, who come into this game losers of 2 in a row. They'll hand the ball here to Aaron Savali, who's 1-5 this season, a 4.60 ERA. His last start was against the Dodgers, 5 innings, 5 hits, only 2 earned runs allowed. He's been pretty decent, but 7 innings, 9 hits, 5 earned runs allowed against Toronto the last time he faced them. So not an ideal situation in this exact matchup. The bullpen for the White Sox this season has been middle of the road, which is an improvement for this team. They're a 4.02 bullpen ERA. Okay, fine. The offense, though, pretty abysmal. They have scored 4, 4, 10, 3, and 2 over their last few games, but over the course of the year, they're 28th in runs scored, 30th, so dead last in batting average, 29th in slugging percentage. They're looking like this might actually be the worst offense in the majors. So looking at the numbers here, the Blue Jays are minus 185, the White Sox are plus 153. We've got a total of 8.5. Toronto is 20-22 on the road. They're a 500 over-under team on the road. The White Sox 19-24 at home, 23-17-3 to the over at home. Guys, I like Toronto again here today. I'll definitely consider taking them minus 185 as the lock of the day. I'll consider taking them minus 1.5 and throwing them straight into the pinned comment that way. But either way, I think with Bassett on the mound in a bounce back spot against a team he's dominated this year, going up against Savali, who's already been destroyed by Toronto once, I think the Blue Jays are an excellent play. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Washington Nationals going on the road to take on the St. Louis Cardinals. The Nationals just got swept by the Red Sox, so they'll look to bounce back here, handing the ball to Jake Irvin, who's 7-3 on the year, a 4.71 ERA. His last start was against the Tigers, and it was decent. 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs allowed, and it was eventually an 11-7 win. Although he has had some, he went up against the Angels and got absolutely destroyed back on the 27th. So we'll see which version of Jake Irvin we get here. Has he faced the Cardinals this season? It appears that he has not. Now, when the bullpen for the Nationals comes in, that's been a nightmare. A 5.79 bullpen ERA, kind of maybe not by far, but one of the worst 2 bullpens in the majors. And the offense, 4, 3, and 2 runs over their last 3 games. Not swinging the hottest bats. 15th in batting average, 16th in runs scored. Obviously, some changes being made there in Washington, but I don't really think that's going to make a huge difference for this team as they go on the road to take on the Cardinals, who are 48-43 on the season, having a bit of a rough time losing 4 out of their last 5 games, or 5 out of their last 6 games. They'll hand the ball here to Sonny Gray, who's 8-3 on the year, a 3.51 ERA. His last start was against the Pirates, and it did not go well. 6 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs. That was coming off that complete game 1-hitter he threw against Cleveland. So we'll see what he looks like here against the Nationals. I'm expecting him to bounce back and look really, really good. That's just my prognostication there. The Cardinals bullpen has been pretty decent. A 3.90 bullpen ERA is a huge improvement from what we saw from them earlier in the year. The offense has been very all over the place. 0, 8, 3, 0, 0, and 0. That series against the Pirates was bleak. They're still 12th in batting average, 11th in runs scored. I don't think this is a terrible offense. I don't really think it's a top 10 offense, but they hover around that, so we'll see what happens here. The Nationals are plus 160. The Cardinals are minus 195. We've got a total of 8.5 in this game. Washington 19-25 on the road, 22-20-2 to the over on the road. The Cardinals 26-17 at home, 23-18-2 to the over at home. I could even maybe be talked into over 8.5 in this game. I don't think that's insane, but I don't love it. I guess I'll side with the Cardinals here, thinking that we're going to have a good day here from Sonny Gray, but this is not a game where I have much confidence or that is going anywhere near the pinned comment. Next up, guys, we've got the Cleveland Guardians going on the road to take on the Houston Astros. The Guardians 41-48 on the season, fresh off a crazy 7-5 win there at Houston in Game 1. They're going to try and keep this going, handing the ball in this one to young Joey Cantillo. He comes into this game with a 3.41 ERA. He's going to be making his second start. His first start was pretty good, 3 1/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs allowed there against the Cubs, and what was eventually a 1-0 loss. So we'll see what he looks like in this one. Obviously, this dude has normally been a bullpen guy. He's had some starts where he's gone 2 innings, but never really much longer than that, except for his last time out going 3 1/3. So we'll see how he looks. Clearly, this is going to be a day where the Cleveland bullpen's going to have to soak up a lot of innings, and a 3.88 bullpen ERA doesn't exactly fill me with tons of optimism. The bats for the Guardians came alive there yesterday, putting up 7 runs, but they scored 7, 2, 0, 1, 0, 4, 2, and 0 over their last few games. They're 27th in the majors in runs scored. They are 29th in batting average. This is absolutely not a good offense. Jose Ramirez trying to carry the load, but yeah, he's not like that anymore. So we'll see what they can do here against the Astros, who come into this game 55-36 on the season, fresh off of that loss. They're going to hand the ball to Hunter Brown, who we thought they were going to hand the ball to yesterday. He's 9-3, a 1.82 ERA. He's been dominant over his last 5 starts and dominant this season in general. I mean, 2, 0, 1, 2, and 1 earned runs allowed respectively. The Astros are 5-0 over his last 5 starts, including an outing against Cleveland where he went 5 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits and 1 run while striking out 9 and walking 5. So clearly a game where he didn't even have his best stuff. So we'll see what he can do in this one. I'm expecting him to be great. The Houston bullpen's been great all year long. A 3.24 bullpen ERA, second best in the majors. The offense has actually been coming alive too. I mean, 5, 5, 6, 6, 18, 6, 5, and 5. So yeah, just hitting the crap out of the ball, guys. They're up to 15th in the majors in runs scored. They are the top batting average team in the majors, batting 260 as a squad. They're top 10 in every category except for runs scored. This team is due to put up a lot of runs here over their next, I don't know, the second half of the season, to be honest. So we'll see what they can do. Looking at the numbers, the Guardians are plus 175. The Astros are minus 210 with Hunter Brown on the mound. That makes sense to me. Total of 7 in this one. Cleveland 20-25 on the road, 24-17-4 to the under on the road. Houston 32-14 at home, 27-18-1 to the under at home. I'm not taking under 7, but I will definitely take the Astros here at minus 210 with Hunter Brown on the mound. This is very likely to be our lock of the day, guys. I like the Astros here at home in a bounce back spot quite a bit. Next up, guys, we've got the Texas Rangers going on the road to take on the Los Angeles Angels. The Rangers just lost game 1 of the series, 6-5. They'll hand the ball in this one to Nathan Eovaldi, who's 5-3 on the year, a 1.75 ERA. Coming off the IL can be a little bit scary, but he has not made it look too bad. A decent start against Seattle, but not, well, actually, no, a bad start against Seattle, and then a lights-out start against Baltimore. 5 innings, 2 hits, no runs allowed, and a 6-0 win. So we'll see what he can do here against the Angels. I'm not expecting him to have too much trouble. The Rangers' bullpen's obviously been excellent, a 3.38 bullpen ERA. Not going to be complaining about that. The offense for this team has always been their Achilles heel this season. I mean, 5, 1, 7, 2, 6, and 10 over the last few games. Honestly, swinging the bats pretty well for a team that's 28th in the majors in batting average and 25th in runs scored. So we'll see what they can do here on the road against the Angels, who, coming off that 6-5 win, are only 2 games below 500, a shockingly competent Angels team this year. They're going to hand the ball to Jose Soriano, who's 6-5 this year, a 3.72 ERA. His last start, one of his best of the year, 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs allowed, and a 5-1 win against Atlanta. A nice bounce back after getting kind of inexplicably shelled there by the Nationals. Over his last 5 starts, 4 of them have been lights out, and he had that 1 bad one. So yeah, I think he's probably in for a pretty good outing here against the Rangers, a team that he had a pretty bad time with in early April. So yeah, a long time ago. So we'll see what Soriano looks like. I'm expecting him to be good. I'm expecting the bullpen to continue to struggle for the Angels, an ERA of nearly 5. The offense has been a little bit better recently, but is still not great. I mean, 6, 2, 3, 3, and 5 over their last few games. They're 27th in the majors in batting average. They are 12th in slugging percentage, so they can get you a home run or two. We'll see what happens in this one. The odds makers have the Rangers as slight favorites. They're minus 120. The Angels are plus 100. A total of 8 in this game. The Rangers are 18-27 on the road, 26-18-1 to the under on the road. The Angels are a 500 team at home, 20-18-2 to the over at home. I'm going to lean just slightly towards the Rangers in this game with Eovaldi on the mound. I think he's going to be very good, but I also think under 8 has some value in this game. All that being said, none of this is going in the pinned comment, so let's not get too involved in this one. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Arizona Diamondbacks going on the road to take on the San Diego Padres. The Diamondbacks 45-46 on the season after that 6-3 win last night. They'll hand the ball in this game to Merrill Kelly, their only good starter, really. I mean, well, I don't know, maybe that's a little bit mean, but he's 7-4, a 3.55 ERA. His last few starts have been okay. I mean, giving up 3, 3, 2, and 4 earned runs respectively. Not necessarily dominant, and Arizona only is 1-3 over that span, so we'll see what he can do here against the Padres. He faced them back in mid-June, and 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs. Doesn't look great, especially when it comes in an 8-2 loss. The Diamondbacks bullpen, obviously terrible. A 5.05 bullpen ERA is a huge problem. The offense hasn't been that incredible either. I mean, 6-0-7, 3-2, and 5 for a team that's supposed to be, third or better in the majors in runs scored, and yeah, just at the plate in general. They're 11th in batting average. They're all the way down to 4th in slugging percentage. Like, this is a pretty good offensive team, but not looking that impressive recently, and they might have their work cut out for them here against the Padres, who are struggling a little bit. They're down to 48-42 on the year, but they're hitting the ball to Nick Pivetta, who's 9-2 this season, a 3.25 ERA. His last start, 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run allowed there against the Phillies. The Padres are 3-1 over his last 4 starts, including 7 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk, and an 8-2 win at Arizona in mid-June. So loving that situation for Pivetta for sure. The Padres bullpen has been very solid. 4th best in the majors, a 3.31 bullpen ERA. And the offense, that's been the problem, guys. 3, 4, 4, 3, 1, and 6 runs over their last few games. They're 23rd in runs scored. They're 24th in slugging percentage, but 17th in batting average, I guess. We'll see how things go here. Looking at the numbers, the Diamondbacks are plus 112. The Padres are minus 135. Total is out there of 8 or 7.5. Arizona is a 500 road team. They're 22-18-2 to the over on the road. The Padres are actually 27-15 at home, 15-16-1 to the under at home. I'm not going to get too involved in the total here, but I do like the Padres at minus 135. Does it feel great running it back with the Padres? No, guys, it doesn't feel great. But sometimes you got to do stuff that doesn't feel good because it's the right play. And I think the Padres at minus 135 are the right play here. Next up, we're looking at the Philadelphia Phillies going on the road to take on the San Francisco Giants. The Phillies lost 3-1 last night. They'll hand the ball here to T1 Walker, who is sporting a 3.64 ERA. He's been in the bullpen for a while here, and he's been pretty solid. They got to move him back into the starting role right now, and we'll see what he can do against the Giants. Has he faced them this season? Has he faced the Giants? Yes, he faced them back in early April and did not do well, but that was a different looking Giants team. So we'll see what T1 Walker can do in this one, see what the Phillies bullpen can do. It's been pretty bad. A 4.37 bullpen ERA is a big yikes. The offense also has not been on fire. I mean, 1, 3, 5, 6, 5, and 4 over their last few games. They're 11th in the majors in runs scored and 6th in batting average, but not exactly swinging the bats like that right now. They're going up against a Giants team that's 50-42 on the year. They've actually won 5 out of their last 6. They'll hand the ball here to Robbie Ray, who's 9-3 on the year, a 2.68 ERA. His last couple of starts, it seems like he's getting back after it. His last time out, 9 innings, so a complete game, 3 hits, 2 earned runs against Arizona in a 7-2 win. So good stuff there. We do worry about arm fatigue for guys coming off of extended starts like that, though. The Giants bullpen, no question, has been the best bullpen in the majors this year. And the offense, that's been what's kind of held this team back. They're 18th in runs scored, 24th in batting average, 25th in slugging percentage, but they've scored 3, 6, 7, 2, and 7 over their last few games. So swinging some warmer bats. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Phillies are plus 130. The Giants are minus 155. We've got totals out there of 8 or 7.5. The Phillies are 23-21 on the road, 28-15-1 to the under on the road. The Giants 25-17 at home, 25-17 to the under at home. This is a weird spot, guys. I actually kind of like the Phillies here at plus 130. I know their pitching situation is not ideal for this game, but the Giants aren't the scariest offensive team, and I'm very into the idea of fading Robbie Ray here coming off of an extended start like that. Going 9 innings is not something these dudes are used to, not something Robbie Ray is used to. The last time he faced the Phillies, it was back in mid-April, and it did not go great. So, yeah, definitely give me the Phillies here at plus 130. This might be my dog of the day. Last but not least, guys, we're looking at the Atlanta Braves going on the road to take on the Sacramento Athletics. The Braves come into this one 39-50 on the year. They just got swept by the Orioles. They're hitting the ball in this one to Fuentes. This young 20-year-old is 0-2 this season, a 9.00 ERA. This is his 3rd start of the year. His first 2 were terrible. His 3rd was okay, 3 2/3 innings, 4 hits, and 2 earned runs, and an 8-3 win against the Angels, but still not great. So we'll see what he can do here on the road. The Braves bullpen's been very good this season, so at least that's something, but the offense has been terrible. Hasn't looked great recently. They're down to 21st in the majors in batting average and 24th in runs scored. So not loving any of that. The Athletics, 37-55 on the year. They've lost 3 out of their last 4. They're hitting the ball in this one to Jeffrey Springs. He comes into this game 6-6, a 4.07 ERA. His last few starts have been very reasonable. Hasn't given up more than 2 earned runs over any of his last 4 outings. His last time out, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs against Tampa Bay, and a 4-3 extra inning win. So, got to give him a little bit of credit. Obviously, the Athletics bullpen, terrible, one of the worst 2 bullpens in the majors. The offense got off to a hot start, but isn't looking like anything special right now. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Braves are -115, the Athletics are -105, a total of 10.5 in this one. Atlanta 15-28 on the road, 22-19-2 to the under on the road. The Athletics 16-29 at home, 25-18-2 to the over at home. I don't love anything from this game. It's going nowhere near the pinned comment. I will lean towards the Athletics at home at -105, but I hate this spot generally speaking, but I do think it's a decent spot for them to take advantage here of Fuentes. Maybe this could be a yes run first inning spot. Guys, that's all the games we have here for today. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I appreciate you watching. Make sure you get over to stumpthespread.com by clicking the link down in the description, checking out those somehow still insanely hot premium plays. Our guys on a crazy run. So definitely check that out and check out all the free stuff over at stumpthespread.com and get on the email list. But guys, that's all we've got for today. We'll see you right back here tomorrow, same time, same place for more sports betting action.